door. Hello, 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 hello,
So
hello.
beautiful.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Thank you so,
That
so
was
much. Oh my
beautiful.
gosh. I've been working on it. Our sister Vanessa had been helping me, and yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
it
I'm,
looks good.
it's still work. It's still working in
No, it
progress. So
was
I'm super
it was
super
beautiful.
happy. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Said looks good. I've been. There's a couple of things, hiccups in the back, but nevertheless, we're gonna keep moving. We're gonna keep moving. Hello, everybody. Welcome into this podcast on tonight. Super excited because I want to sit back and I want to hear everything that's been said because I need to know these things too. So I went to my sister and I asked her, and she agreed, and I am grateful. But first, before I get all excited and jump ahead, I'm gonna let I want to tell you who I am. My name is Juanita Adote. I am the owner of the A Round Table. Thank y'all for coming in, and I appreciate it. That's all I need to say for that because I'm excited because I want to be quiet and hear. So my sister on tonight, one of the Brown Girls do from Brown Girls Do Network, is on tonight, but not just that because she has so many hats that she wear, and I just want to sit back and just hear everything. So as y'all come in, say hello, say hi, how y'all doing, what's going so much to say. And I'm here for it all. So please grab that pen, grab that paper, because you need to hear and know what she is about to throw down. So without further ado, my sister. Take it over, Miss Santana.
Hello, sis. Thank you for inviting me on your platform. Thank you for one being a brown girl, right? Because us brown girls, we do network, and it's a a business that we're in. We're a bunch of brown girls. We all get together and we all bring something to the table. We
Yes.
all bring something to the table. And if it wasn't for the Brown Girls Do Network, I wouldn't have met you, my sister.
Yes. Yes. Same.
So we're very grateful for that platform. So, hello, everyone. My name is Janelle, and I'm the founder of Self Care JS Incorporated. I'm also the founder of JS Self Care LLC. My LLC, I am a social worker for 20 beautiful years, going on 21. Um, as a social worker, I felt the need to get out there more, and I became a life coach because one of the things that my clients in various settings, I started my career in the South Bronx, so various settings said, "You're nothing but a paper pusher." That was actually a hard pill to swallow as a social worker because I had to dig deep into what the client was actually saying.
Hmm.
And as I dug deeper, I was like, wow, my client
Wow.
is right.
Okay.
Because I only worked a 9 to 5. I went home on the weekends. That was it. Goodbye. Live your life. Done.
Hmm.
And sometimes we got to dig deep with those hard truths. And that was one of them. Because if you think about it, I know social workers is like, I ain't no paper pusher. I be helping. Yes. I don't mean it like that. And I don't think the client meant it like that.
Hmm.
The clients meant more for their mental and when they are experiencing their past traumatic events. If
Okay.
we think about it, we go to work 9 to 5. We're not really thinking about what happened to us at 5 years old, what happened to us at 10. I mean, are we? We in the hustle and bustle. We New Yorkers. We don't sleep. We keep going.
Right.
So I said, you know what? I'm going to open my coaching business at night, on the weekends, on Sunday. And to my surprise, the clients that I got for coaching, what do you think they said?
What?
Nobody's doing this.
Mm.
Everybody has boundaries. Most people are not, they may work as late as 7 o'clock. I had one client that worked night shift. So I would speak to her 2 o'clock in the morning. And she's like, Janelle, do you get sleep? And I'm like, absolutely. I come first. Hello. If I couldn't do the session, I would tell
Hmm.
you, no, I don't care how much money you giving me. Um, so that went really, really well.
Okay.
Then the pandemic hit, and everybody needed a life coach.
Mm.
And I met people on Fat Man Scoop show. I mean, Fat Man Scoop.
Really?
I have voice text from him telling me stuff. So it was
Hmm.
like everybody was going through something. But that's when I was able to hit the Minnesota population, right? With
Okay.
George Floyd. And I was like, why am I meeting people in Minnesota?
Uh-huh.
I didn't know the plan. When I tell you God always has a plan, and I'm not pushing religion on anyone, but God literally always have a plan.
Always.
As I'm in my doing my LLC, I started in 2019. I had my dad with me up until 2021.
Okay.
And the day my dad died, he actually died of a drug overdose. And we'll get into that when we talk about the non for profit.
Okay.
But I applied for college. Guess where at?
Where?
Minnesota. I swear to you. Things sometimes align and we like, what the heck? What?
Right.
Because I started my master's program at Catholic University, but it was really intense. It was hard. And I was like, I'm gonna look for another school. I found Capella University, which
Okay.
is a 10-week program, and you just change classes. But I was like, wow, I have clients in Minnesota, of which I never thought I would ever see, only
Hmm.
on Zoom and FaceTime. And then the shift came. And when I go to Minnesota to graduate, there's
Uh-huh.
September, guess who I'll actually be seeing while I'm out there? My clients.
Okay.
They will get the opportunity. We'll get the opportunity to hug each other because I'm their coach, but we formed relationships, working relationships through the years. So that's the LLC. I am
Hmm.
a life coach. I am a substance abuse recovery coach.
Okay.
May 2021, life hit. So 2018, life hit. I lost my mother October 11th, and Mani's dates.
Uh-huh.
October 11th, I lost my mother. May 11th, tragedy hit again. I lost my dad. I lost both of my
Oh,
parents
wow.
on the 11th day.
Okay.
And I was like, I got to do something. Well, I was creating, and I didn't have to do all my father's funeral arrangements because
Hmm.
I am super blessed. My cousin is a mortician in Harlem, and
Okay.
her husband does the pickups. So really, I had
Oh,
nothing to do. They did all the work. It's my first cousin, so they do all the work. We didn't have. They know they knew my mother, their aunt, so they handled what was needed to handle, and I was doing some arrangements, and
hmm.
saw a email from my personal email, and it says, if you live or work in Poughkeepsie,
Hmm.
will you qualify for a grant to be a substance abuse recovery coach, fully paid? I was
Wow.
like, well, I don't live in Poughkeepsie,
Yeah.
but guess who work in Poughkeepsie? Me.
Yeah.
I applied, I was like, let me get away from, mourning my dad. I applied,
Hmm.
and I became a substance abuse recovery coach that September. The classes started.
Okay.
So as I'm starting a journey, I'm like, the LLC is not getting me as far as I wanted to. I was
Okay.
telling people I help people who use drugs, I'll write a book, I'll do all this stuff. But the reality of it is that the nonprofit world actually gets you different doors open, I want to say. So we
Okay.
all know our LLC makes money, but our non for profit allows us to do that community work, that philanthropist work, that helping people in the community.
Okay.
But because my father used drugs and he was all over the place, my father would be in Baltimore, he'll be in Washington Heights, he'll be in Manhattan, he'll be in the Bronx.
Hmm.
So I said, I'm going to open up a non for profit, but I'm not going to just be in my hometown in Maybrook where my father died. I'm going to do stuff in Maybrook, but I'm not
Okay.
just going to sit in Maybrook. And as you see, I post flyers and I'm literally everywhere helping.
Okay.
So that kind of drove it, me on May 11th when I found my father. He passed in my home of a drug
Oh,
overdose.
okay.
I was the one who found him. It was only me and him home.
Okay.
And what happened was I was angry with him because he relapsed on Mother's Day. We went to see my mother at
Hmm.
the cemetery in Kensico. Then, of course, we went to our old stomping grounds where I grew up in the South Bronx. Everybody know everybody.
Hmm.
That's where he brought the fentanyl and tramadol from.
Okay. Okay.
And we had a good time at my godmother's. We ate, that Sunday dinner, Mother's Day. We
Yeah.
came from the cemetery, from seeing my mother. We just, relaxing and chillaxing. And guess what? I
Mm.
was angry, extremely angry, Juanita, because I'm like, I'm
Okay.
in my 40s. I'm not going to keep dealing with this drug stuff. I
Right.
have
Right.
my career. I have my LLC. You're helping me, daddy. Like, what are we doing?
Right. Right.
And because I was angry and not speaking to my father,
Mm.
he was upstairs in his room dead for many hours. Because
Wow.
when I get angry, I get all the way angry.
Oh, the silent treatment, angry.
Not even caring if he in the room or not. I knew he was in the
Mm.
room. The door was closed.
Yeah.
So I was on the phone with baby sister, and I told my younger sister, her name is Joy. I said,
Mhm.
Joy, I ain't see daddy come down and go to the bathroom. I said, but I ain't talking to him. So I opened his door. I grabbed my dog. I walked the dog.
Yeah.
And Joy was like, but you got to go check. You didn't see him go to the bathroom. When I went in that room,
Oh my
I
God.
saw the most horrific
Oh,
thing ever. My dad dead on his bed.
wow.
He already went into rigor.
Wow.
So
Wow.
that's a different sight to see, right?
Yes. Yes.
He was no longer warm, he was cold. I have a flight of stairs. I jumped down the stairs. I got my Narcan out my
Mhm.
car, wrong place to have it. And I Narcaned him, I applied CPR. But I got to be honest, because part of, telling your story, you got to be truthful. He was already gone. But of
Okay.
course, as a person, you want to, I put it up his nose. I Narcaned him. I was giving him CPR. And at
Mhm.
that point, it was just like a no life.
Mm.
And
Okay.
that is why Self Care JS is birthed. So I don't want to keep going unless anybody got questions because I'm an open book. I most definitely don't hide anything because you never know who you're
Well,
helping.
I do because I had lost my mom back in 2020. From I didn't see that what I went after, she was gone. I went in there. She was in a hospital, but that still lives with me.
Mhm.
Okay. And then now, cause with you walking in, is there like any guilt or any
Educated, it is a difference, right?
okay.
So you're educated, book smart, right? Went to school, we got to go to college. I call it the stupid piece of paper because they don't even give you good paper when you get these degrees. I mean, I want like solid, thick, I want paper this thick. But we get these degrees, Juanita, and
Hmm.
we're out there and everybody know I've been a social worker forever and I'm a true social worker. Anywhere I go, people talk to me.
Okay.
Anywhere. I mean, I'm at Who's and in Newburgh, and this man walked up to me and was like, Miss, can I ask you a question? And I'm like, sure.
Hmm.
I don't know what to get my niece for her birthday. So I'm a natural social worker. I've
Okay.
always helped people. And no, I cannot be my father's social worker because Juanita, do you know people said that when I told
Really?
you my father died? How your father do drugs and you a social worker? I
Oh.
mean, I wanted to jump out of my skin and kill them, but I didn't. That was my father. I was not his therapist. I was
Right.
not his social worker.
Right.
Um,
Oh
so
my gosh.
you get those things and then you so I was so Nancy Reagan, Daddy, when you gonna stop? Why you just can't say no?
Mm.
Not knowing that with opioids, and I knew because I saw my father kick opioid habit many times. We was buying him chocolate,
Mhm.
keeping him warm. He had the diary. I mean, he went through it for many, many years.
Okay.
Before I was born, according to my grandmother, he's been using. So believe you me, I'm not on here saying like, oh, it just happened. No,
Okay.
it's been brewing. And
Okay.
is it right? No. Should people put fentanyl in drugs? No, especially when that's not a person's drug of choice. My father's drug of choice was heroin.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that was his drug of choice, and someone murdered him.
Yeah.
And we don't know where he got it from. But
Okay.
as the police and I followed the trail within that area where he purchased, a lot of people had overdosed around that time.
Oh wow. Wow.
So,
Yeah.
and
That's a
because my
big
dad
one.
was so well known,
Yeah.
You wouldn't know where he got the drugs from. He could have went to Washington Heights. He could have went here. My father is well known in the city.
Okay.
So
Oh, okay. So you as a social worker, you see this all the time.
all the time.
You deal with this all the time. Wow.
Not so much now
Okay.
because in my non-for-profit world, yes. In my
Okay.
9 to 5, no, because now I'm sitting down. I'm a social work director in a nursing home. So
Okay. All right.
don't see it as much. I'm most definitely in the not-for-profit world. Yes.
All right.
Everybody's calling. I actually part of the Resource Recovery Center in Middletown. They
Mm-hmm.
actually use a book that I wrote as part of their educational. Um,
Well, bring that up. What's the name of the book? You just throwing things out there like you like in the air, like they just wrote a
yeah,
book and
it's
they
called
just using that.
yes, the hard truths about self care. I wrote this book in memory of my mother. The hard truths is a it's actually a workbook. It's a
Mm-hmm.
small workbook that could fit in your pocketbook in those Gucci bags. And this book was in memory of my mother. I had it in the computer, not knowing that these hard truths is what created the person I am today.
All right, can you bring it so people can see because you had it there? Can you
Oh,
put it up in front of the screen so people can see it? Bring it up a little further and up so people can see that the hard truths about self care.
yep.
Okay, where can they get this book?
I am super blessed to say that you could get this book anywhere.
Okay.
Please don't ask how, because I don't know. I got a call from Barnes and Noble, and I was like, ah. But I did do a big book signing in New York City. So
Oh,
I think
okay.
those that came out,
Mm-hmm.
someone called Barnes and Noble, but it was up here.
Okay.
And you could get the book from Barnes and Noble, Amazon, Nook. You could get the book. Schomburg does not have my book on their shelf. Schomburg is the biggest library in New York City, but you
Mm-hmm.
can get it online. So
Okay.
anywhere you buy books, my book will be there.
Let's give her a round of applause on that one right there, my sister. Okay, so we're gonna leave any before we go into the next part. Anybody have any questions? Because we're gonna go into now. We had to bring you up to while we here. We're talking about nonprofit. We had to bring you up to that point. Do anybody have questions? And I don't think I said it, but welcome everybody in YouTube land, Facebook land, and Instagram land. I hope, I pray. I click because they all say they're alive. We're live on every last one of them. Let me see. Someone have a question. So um I hope if you got questions posted here, if on Instagram, I hope it connects over here. We're gonna keep moving. If anybody is on Instagram, let me know what's going on over there in that land. But we're gonna start talking about nonprofit.
Mhm.
I need to know about nonprofit. Um, People on here, the millions, you gotta speak things, the millions of people that's going to watch and they're going to remember your name, Janelle. They're going
Mhm.
to remember their round table, they're going to remember the self-care. And I don't think you even mentioned a couple of things on YouTube, but we are YouTube buddies.
Yes. So
Yes.
I started in the podcast world, but school knocked me down.
Mhm.
And when I say knocked me down, I mean in a great way.
Okay.
The podcast will be back out.
Okay.
Juanita, I just left the podcast there. Oh my goodness.
Mhm.
People are still listening to the podcast. So
Yeah.
my podcast is on Apple, it's on iHeart, it's on anywhere you listen to podcasts. I
Okay.
also put the videos on YouTube. But anywhere you listen to your podcast, it's on
Mhm.
Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, I mean Amazon, it's on there too. 'Cause
Beautiful.
Amazon has it. So yes, I'm a podcaster. The name of the podcast is JS Self Care Mind, Body, and Soul Podcast.
Okay. JS self care, mind, body, and soul.
Yeah.
Let me write that in there. While you're talking about the process of.
So we knew that we needed to become a non for profit. I have this friend who I met. She lost her brother to an overdose. The name of her organization is called Sean's Dream. I never had the opportunity to meet Sean, but I met his sister who runs the organization. And we went to Noble Roasters. You know where Noble Roasters is in Campbell Hall. We sat
Mhm.
down. She said, "You need to be a non for profit. Meet me here for lunch." I
Okay.
applied, and she's like, "You a social worker? You applying for mental health?" And I was like, "They, I don't have it. You applying for mental health, and you're applying for substance abuse." I was like, "Okay." And she was like, "Let me tell you something. What is for you, Janelle, will always be for you."
That's the truth.
We hit that button. We asked for substance abuse and mental health. So on my non for profit paperwork, those are the two things I got.
Okay.
And we hit the button. I'm looking at my email 3 weeks later. I get an email from the IRS. I'm like, they said no. They said, heck no. You ain't Catholic Charities. We don't know you. And that's what I thought. You know how you create
Mhm.
stories instead of go open the daggone email, Janelle, and see what they're saying. 3 weeks later, I was
Mhm.
granted non for profit.
Wow.
So I was like, oh, they I don't want to be a foundation. I want to be an organization because
Mhm.
I spoke it into existence when
There
I
you
did
go.
JS Self Care. JS Self Care always had a .org. Before
Okay.
I was at LLC, I could have got a .com. I said, no, I'm bigger than this. I am a organization. And on the letter it said, "You agree, we feel that this would benefit from an organization, not a foundation." And I'm
Okay.
okay, let's do it. And the first thing I was asked was for some clothes. I went through my closets, got some clothes for resource recovery. And then I got an a text message from Amy. She said, "Janelle, we need 25 codes." I said, okay.
Mhm.
Juanita, I put it on Facebook. I need 25 codes. Put it on Instagram. I need 25 codes.
Yeah.
The mayor of my town was like, "I got codes. I got codes. I got codes. You got them." I had two
Wow.
big garbage bags of codes. Recently, I was talking to a coworker,
Mhm.
and remember I said non-for-profit open doors. So I'm gonna say
Mhm.
this real quick. I was talking to a coworker and she said, "And you know, in Jamaica, they really don't have coloring books and crayons." I was like, "We got Dollar Tree. What do you mean coloring books and crayons?"
Mhm.
Everybody, everybody donated. We got those coloring books and crayons. In the non-for-profit world, you could get donations too with your LLC. But people know the meaning of an LLC. It's for profit. So they're
Mhm.
not as much as inclined than you being a non for profit. Because when I started social self care, I always wanted to do it.
Mhm.
But when you start something, they're like, "Well, what are you?" And once you tell them a LLC, that next email is $4,000 to have something here,
Okay.
$5,000 to have an event. When you go to them and you're not for profit, and what I do is I send them to my pages.
Mhm.
Say, look at what I do on Facebook. Look at what I do on Instagram. I
Mhm.
use those platforms. And if you're not for profit, use those platforms to show people the community work you are actually doing. A lot of us are afraid to show the world because we are scared that somebody's going to copy. Listen, what is
Mm,
for you is
it's
for you.
for you.
When I get my ideas, I'll put them out there. I'm doing
Mhm.
pop-ups. I'm doing this. And I'm like, do it. Um, do it. Like I was the first to do pop-up in Narcan in the Hudson Valley.
Mhm.
Everybody was like, pop up in Narcan. I said, I'm going to train you because you could save a life, but you could also shop with these vendors. And I end up getting a store when I had my LLC in
Okay.
Newburgh for free for
Oh,
2 years.
wow. Okay.
And you know where Home Goods is?
Yeah. My favorite store.
Well, I had a store there, right in that mall.
Uh-huh.
And
Really?
yes, and that it's what your destiny will be. I had Spectrum News in there. They covered it. I had people come in. I did trainings 3 times throughout the event. I only charged the vendors $25. The one day
Mhm.
I charged them $50. The reason why I wanted pop-ups to be that cheap and not really make financial gain is
Mhm.
because the goal was to train people in Narcan.
Okay. So let's go back a little bit. If anybody have any questions, please post those questions in there. I do see that we are live on the different platforms. If you can't find it, someone please share. When you come in, show the love and post this on your main page for people to see it. Okay. So one of the things I want to go back to. So of me, I said I want to start a non-for-profit organization. Where do I go? What do I do? What's the first step I have to do?
So the first step, we went to the IRS.gov,
Mhm.
Internal Revenue. We I want to say it was probably between 300 200 and $500,
Okay.
because you got to get registered with Letitia James. That's another $25. Um,
Who's Letitia James?
she is the, oh God, I don't, she's not a congresswoman. She is, oh my goodness.
Somebody should know probably.
We know who she is. I was talking about her today. She is the attorney general.
Oh my
That's,
gosh, you are absolutely correct.
she is the
I do know her. Well, not personally, but yes.
so with this not-for-profit, you go on there.
Mhm.
I did the 1023 easy. That's stating that you only could bring in 50,000 or less, or you have to do the hard one, which is about 2 grand.
Okay.
And
So
20,
pay 2 grand to
yeah.
get that.
And
Okay.
that you will want to get through a lawyer because that's where your non-for-profit will make 50 grand and more. Um,
Okay.
so I did that. I applied. I did have someone who was very familiar with it, and guess how much she charged me to file?
How much?
$3.99.
Really?
And the reason
Okay.
why, I know Vanessa says this a lot, that gatekeeping is real.
Mhm.
Why
Right.
wouldn't we show our sisters and brothers how to do it?
Right.
And that's what makes me love Lisa so much, because
Mhm.
we're out here doing similar things
Mhm.
and we're praising each other, right? We're
Right.
uplifting each other. When you're in a non-for-profit world, you need to understand that you cannot save the entire world. We need
Correct.
50,000 other non-for-profits to help us.
Correct. Because who you can reach,
Right.
another person you're not gonna reach that,
Right. Because I'm
portion.
not a lot of organizations and stuff is in one space. I'm all
Mhm.
over. I'm in Harlem. I'm in the Bronx. I'm out this weekend. I was in Warwick. Um, I'm gonna be in Pine Island this summer.
Mm.
So I just, when and that's when you're writing your bylaws and stuff. you're thinking of how do you want your non-for-profit to show up, right?
Okay.
What is the vision for it? That's what I
Okay.
would tell everybody. I'm old school. I'm almost 50. So what I did was I put a big circle in the middle of a piece of paper, just a circle,
Mm-hmm.
and I put those lines. I don't know what it's called. I'm laughing because I'll teach in a group. Gonna kick out. She'll be like, you don't know what that's called. So I put the circle and I put the lines. What
Mm-hmm.
does Self Care JS Incorporated looks like? Who do
Okay.
you need to rub elbows with? Right?
Okay.
You got to be honest with yourself. You need
Mm-hmm.
to rub up elbows with everybody. I'm affiliated with a lot of people.
Okay.
So I'm not in a box. And with that circle and you putting all the stuff that your vision, like what do I see?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I didn't want to be in a box. I don't want to just save my community. And not save, I want to say bring awareness to just my community. I
Mm-hmm.
want to be global. I will be global. So how do you get to that global status? You got to go places.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter if I'm in Virginia. I'm posting my flyers up, my business cards in Walmarts and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere I go, you're gonna see Janelle was here. I went to Woodstock for the first time. If you go to Woodstock, I forgot the name of the pizza shop. Who you gonna see? Me.
Mm-hmm.
That allowed someone to call me and reach out for services.
Okay.
So
Okay.
decide, I know everybody like I need non for profit, I need money. Always remember the government want to know where that money came from. And I'm gonna tell you, as I'm getting bigger, I
Mm-hmm.
just applied for a grant and they're like, I need all your business financials.
Okay. Okay.
So
Now
don't
we
think
yes.
I want to know how much money cash you got because I do get cash because
Okay.
I walk around with a donation box. So I do
Mm-hmm.
get cash. They want to know where the money is. I think when I got that email of the financials at that point, they were making a decision. I just connected with the Resorts World in Monticello. So you're
Okay.
gonna see me for a whole weekend in Monticello with a table, an informational
They
table.
need it over there, but amen.
Yeah, see? And you just never know who you're gonna connect with. Now I'm gonna tell everybody and stop thinking people ain't looking you up. Don't run in your Facebook page and be like, I'm taking all this down. There's no such thing as that. My cousin owns multiple properties in Harlem. She owned the Cove Lounge as well. She gave me the
Okay.
best advice. She said, leave everything up.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go deleting because look where I came from to look where I'm at now. It
Okay.
gives a person an idea of what you've been through, what you going through, and how you live it. Um, that's why it's a lot of posting. If you notice, I post a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I post a lot because I get paid from Meta too. I get paid from Facebook and Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
My, I get a check from them. I actually get 3 checks. So that's an income. And that income is under my LLC. But they're gonna watch you. Mm,
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna watch.
Mm-hmm.
And they want to know where the money go. So you'll always see that we brought 150 crayons, 150 coloring books.
Mm-hmm.
That's my reference. If I lose my receipt, guess what? I got a video on it. I even wrote on there because I had an event at Beeman's Fresh Beats, and
Mm-hmm.
I didn't put the money in it, but I'm so honest with the money. I said I got $160 cash. I wrote on my financials, and then I wrote I'm going to war with kids, and that's going to be more money added into my the finances. I put that on there because I know I'm going to be in war with kids. I know there's a lot of footage. It made it to the newspaper. I was there. You see my collection jar. We
Hmm.
all know Warwick is, they're financially stable, if we're very honest, right? People that live in Warwick, um, so their donations was large, right? And they were
Hmm.
putting it in the jar. So I still haven't counted it, but it's there. And
Mm.
all of that'll be going to the bank. And why you probably like, why is she saying this on live? Because non-for-profits need to know this. They
Okay.
want to follow. IRS ain't gonna just you ain't gonna just get all these grants and not do nothing with them. You just not.
Okay. So, the thing you said, go back to that IRS, because if for anybody who wants to know how to do this, because a lot of people don't know which way to go, and a lot of times people tend to go the wrong way and do it the wrong way and get themselves in a lot of trouble.
You know what? You are
Mm.
1000% correct. Know
Mhm.
what you're opening a business for. A
Mhm.
non-for-profit basically means you're going to get these donations and you're going to distribute them. An LLC means I'm going to sell you this product or, the round table, right?
Mhm.
I'm going to charge you $80 to come on my show.
Mhm.
I'm going to give you exposure. You're going to get to meet my people.
Mhm.
That means that's an LLC
Okay.
because
Okay.
you're making financial gain, right?
Mhm.
Five people come on your show, you got a good piece of money, right?
Right. Right.
You get 7 days in a week at $80. That's a lot of money,
Yes. If you know how to manage it right, yes.
right? So think about that. And that was a great question. Don't go in non for profit status with the mindset, I'm going to get this money. Go in for a non for profit organization because you want to help your community,
Right.
you want to help others. Or just get your LLC. It makes more sense. You got to go with what makes sense. Like my book, right? I
Mhm.
donate a lot of these books, but my book is under my LLC.
Okay.
My t-shirts is under both businesses because
Mhm.
whatever money I make, it goes into the non-for-profit. So it's like my business, my LLC is donating to my non-for-profit.
Got you. So with the non-for-profit, when they do all the steps, when they go in, they go to the IRS site, the government site. They go in, they fill out the application. Do they have to write up? I think you said it. What it's for and why it's in.
So I'm gonna be so honest with you. When I
Mhm.
applied, I'm telling you, it really was for me. When I applied, they didn't even ask for my bylaws.
Really?
Nobody has asked.
Mm.
So nobody know what my I mean, I have I have the bylaws. Some people will need those. We want to know what you're doing, or you
Right.
it was thankful. I'm so thankful for Lisa because the time we hit the button, timing is everything. And
Yeah.
then, we hit the button last summer. We're not even a non-for-profit for a whole year yet. I'm not even a year in.
Wow. And all this. See,
And you see all
just
this
for
stuff
you, it's for
that's
you.
coming up. I
Mm.
mean, I got the best email today in Crawford, New York. I knew about it, but you waiting to see that flyer that go out, right? That news bulletin.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be part of the opioid panel in Orange County. We're gonna be with
Mm.
Hoovlaw on Thursday. All the big players, judges, we will all be there. And you
Okay.
see Self Care JS Incorporated.
Beautiful.
I knew
Beautiful.
about this.
Oh,
Um,
oh.
so I share this not to brag. I share this to say, think about your direction for your non for profit. You most definitely need it.
Mm-hmm.
But like Juanita said, don't make a stupid choice because there's millions in the non for profit world. Don't do it to yourself.
Okay.
And everybody, get insurance on your LLC and your non for profit.
You said get insurance?
Yes,
Okay.
insurance. Because just like any other people, I go in your establishment and I fall, my lawyer is not just going after the building I was in. My
Mm.
lawyer is going after Juanita for hosting the round table.
Wow. Okay.
So you gotta have insurance. It's so, so important. And if you have the LLC
Mm-hmm.
and you have the non for profit, they both need to be insured, not
Okay.
just one. Because just like all of us, if the round table is a LLC, you're Googleable. I'm going to find your LLC.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I think it was you got a few LLCs, do you? It was
No, it
you.
wasn't me. It wasn't
Oh,
me.
it was somebody else.
I have
You were Beatrice.
I'm a New York State vendor like with stuff like that, but I
Yeah.
haven't gone that part because this is open to everybody, to anybody
Yep.
can come on here. Down the
So,
road, this is
yeah,
going to change, you know?
right. So think about it. I'm on your platform.
Mm-hmm.
We at your house. I fall down. I
Mm-hmm.
want your landlord. I want your homeowner's insurance. I want it all. And you got to think like that because that is how people think.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
don't host an event. Everywhere I go, when I go to the Regal bag,
Mm-hmm.
I call my insurance company and I put it on my COI. I'm going to be here.
What's
I'm
a
going to be
COI for people don't know?
certificate of insurance.
Okay.
Anywhere I'm at, my COI is with me
Mm-hmm.
because things are happening for me. And we got to be honest. There's always
Okay.
going to be haters and people after you.
Right.
So I make sure that my paperwork is legit. If I'm pulling out my table and my products and my stuff,
Yeah.
my insurance is with me. Trust me.
Now that's good. Now everybody heard that. For everybody who wants to do the non-for-profit, anybody who wants to have an LLC, make sure you have that insurance. Make sure there's a lot to it, for this doing a do a non-for-profit. And a lot of people just say, I'm doing non-for-profit. I'm gonna do a non-for-profit. And that's
Right.
like for what?
And,
What was the purpose? What
and
what are
you,
you doing it for?
you
You're doing
think
it for
you're at your friend's spot, right? Michael
mm,
Beeman is my friend. I knew him for a couple of years. He'll give me
mhm,
anything when it come to that juice bar.
mhm,
I love him. I
mhm.
love him. But trust me, if I'm in there, my insurance is in there with me. And
Okay.
this is my friend who lets me, host events. It's not like he's a stranger. This is my friend because you just got to protect yourself.
Okay. Okay.
You
So
let
let's go back a little bit.
$30
So to get a non-for-profit, and first of all, you got to know what you do, why you want this non-for-profit. You just don't just jump on this on a non-for-profit. You got to know why. You got
Yeah.
to have a reason why, because I don't want nobody to look at this and say, oh, I just think I should go for a non-for-profit. And then because guess what? IRS is going to come up or like whomever is like, what is this for? What does it stand for? Why? Or why are we giving you our money? Why are we pouring money into you? What are you doing with our money? More or less, you got to have some type of agenda, some type of plan, some type of business, not even business plan, but yeah, some type of thing written up stating why you have this non-for-profit, not just like, well, I just want it because such and such, such and such. No, you got to have some. So you're going to make sure you have to have this, write this stuff down, write it out to know what you're going to, why you're doing this not-for-profit. Go to the
speak to
IRS.
a lawyer.
Oh, speak to, okay.
Speak to a lawyer. Speak to a lawyer. Whether you're doing a 1023 easy, speak to a lawyer.
Okay.
They're gonna ask you what's your vision, what you want to do,
Mm-hmm.
why you want to do it, because
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna tell you. And then be years later, and we see it in the news all the time. Lawyer,
Mm-hmm. Lawyer up. Lawyer up.
lawyer, lawyer. When
Okay, so
they
get
had
your lawyer, have that lawyer on hand whenever you need. Make sure you get insurance, but he'll tell you all that. So the
Yep.
person, should you get someone that, like you said, you had somebody to help you, should that person get someone, or do you use that lawyer to help you with the process of getting the
So
application and
being
all
a
that stuff?
person did it. My lawyer, who has a non for profit,
Hmm.
guided. He was my guide.
Gotcha. Okay. So get that lawyer to help you so he
Do
can
the
look at
free
it.
consultation. You don't gotta have a lawyer. Do the
Mhm.
free consultation. You'll
To
see
see.
what direction. Because people will be like, "I'm gonna get this $50,000 grant, and I'm a help the block. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do
I'm
that."
gonna do a cookout for the block.
Yeah. So you got you be like, "Why don't we all put our money together? You sell some round table invites, and then we
Yeah.
just have a cookout, and IRS ain't on our back." So they're gonna follow the money.
Okay. So when you do the non for profit, do you have to? It should be, now that's crazy because you don't pay taxes or anything on it. The money.
On your non-for-profit, no.
Okay.
On your for-profit, yes.
For the
So the
LLC.
thing that I do with my for-profit is I keep 50% in the bank, I take out 50%.
Okay.
So whatever the IRS say, $2, $5, you got to pay taxes on everything. So
Yeah. They want the money.
that's
So
right.
okay, so all right, so
CPA.
but for the non-for-profit, you do not, but you do have to allocate, you do have to explain
Oh yeah,
where that 50,000 or whatever. And then
came from.
another thing is, you, in order to get that money, you have to put in some type of application or for ask for a grant or something.
So the money, I apply for some grants. I'm on Candid, and these are like people that just give money to non-for-profits. It's called candid.com.
Okay.
They I don't know who donated. You're gonna get random donations.
Okay.
Um when you start getting those random donations from companies, I'm just being random.
Hmm.
Hey, I saw you on LinkedIn. I love what you're doing. Next thing you know, you got a check in the mail. Um, and it'll say for Self Care JS Incorporated. So
Okay.
those are all monies you gotta account for.
Hmm. So
And don't
you have to be
just
your own accountant, right? Or you got to hire your
yeah.
accountant if you're doing
And you
all
know
this
what
stuff.
else? Don't be the only one on your bank account.
See, there you go. There you
I'm
go.
not the only one on my bank account. My chief financial officer is on my bank account. She has her own bank card.
Hmm.
We got a big donation for my birthday, like $500.
Hmm.
She was the one who put that money in the bank. So yes.
So it's holding, everybody's holding each other accountable. You
Yes.
stand because
Your board
nobody wants
gotta
to.
be your board gotta be like my secretary of my board.
Hmm.
She's not a CPA, she's a record keeper, booking keeper. She keeps
Okay.
books.
Hmm.
Not my books, but she's a bookkeeper. So when they see, because I'm always texting, we got this today, we got that yesterday.
Hmm.
Um, they are very aware. But these are people that I trust. Because you
See,
don't
that's
want to
the
have
right
$5 million in the bank and your chief executive officer.
there. Because who's going to be held accountable? It's going to be you because the person.
Well,
Okay,
it'll
say,
be the board
go
because
ahead.
you're gonna report everybody. If you're on my board and you went in our bank and took 100,000, we're reporting you, Juanita. You're going
Okay.
down. You're going
Okay.
down.
Okay, because that was my question.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
give you
I would report it.
$5 million, and then you go look and 4 million is gone. Who is
Oh,
IRS is going to come for? Is it
yeah.
not the
If
head
you
of
don't
the?
say if you don't say nothing, I mean, we're doing a police report. We're calling our lawyers like you took this money.
Oh, okay.
And
So that
with
means that
all ATMs and banks, your picture is up, so they know
right,
who took the
right.
money.
So it's my thing is with that for non for profit, I would think they need more than one signature. At times because you don't trust everybody, you need another signature before that. So that's a lot of stuff a lot of people
You're
don't
right.
understand, and that's why I thank you for coming on here because a lot of people don't know because I didn't know the
And I say
process.
do that. You may get another non-for-profit organization that'll tell you, nope, mine is my business. My name is on all the money.
Okay.
So you will get both ends of that.
Mm,
Um, I just feel that from watching a lot of non-for-profit videos, self-education, community education, watching Facebook and watching businesses crumble,
mm-hmm.
that's what prompted me to get the account in two names, make two people your financial officer. If you make somebody your chief financial officer or your what is another word for the person that your treasurer, if you're making these people a treasurer and you giving them a title of treasurer, you
Mm-hmm.
might want to trust them with money, right?
Right.
But people,
Right.
they just build a board of that's my cousin, they gonna hold me down. That's my aunt, she gonna hold me down. That's this. I'ma just put all of them on the board. I know
That's not it. That's not it. And especially that's what I'm saying, because a lot of people
my
jump
chief,
up and open up not for profits and just like nilly
my chief,
willy.
my chief financial officer is an officer of the law. So if
Okay.
she was to rob us, she gonna lose her job. She gonna lose her pension. She gonna be the
Woo.
inmate instead of being the person that arrested somebody. So
Right.
I doubt if she would go down that road. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what I'm hearing is you're gonna need a person who's gonna need your lawyer or even to get the consultation, have that lawyer, have insurance, have a financial assessor
Yeah.
or
Someone that's
trustee
gonna
or
watch your
trustee or something like that. Have
CPA.
someone. So you're gonna have at least 4 or 5 people deep in this or more in this non for profit. Because if you come in like, okay, we got this money, let's make sure everybody understands. Say I if you gotta say, it's there, say I. So if anything, God forbid, if anything happens, then everybody can stand like, okay, they can all run. Everybody is in this on this team can run it through and say, no, this was this day, we got it on this time, and this is and like that. So you won't so nobody can come back and go, I don't know what you're talking about. I
Hmm.
didn't see that money.
Yeah.
So wow. Well, that's a lot. That's a lot. And I know it's 9 o'clock and we've just been just talking. I thank you.
Listen, I tell everybody, Instagram and Facebook, they don't have that hour time anymore. So that's done with.
Mhm.
But we dropped some gems. Listen,
Yes.
guys, my business tips. I am a social worker. I'm a business owner, but I'm
Mhm.
not a business guru. The first advice I would give you is most definitely do your homework. Don't make
Yes.
drastic decisions.
Beautiful. I thank you. There's so much that you dropped on tonight. You got to go check out her pages, go check out her YouTube, go check out her JS Self Care, go get her book. And she's dropping a lot of stuff. I see her all the time with the videos. I'm in there liking, or commenting or whatever. Please check her out. She's doing a wonderful thing in the community, and we believe in it's going to be internationally. It's going to reach out there to others, reach out to the masses. So we're here for each other, and I thank you for coming
Thank you.
on here. You got so it's like you have so much. You've done You have done so much.
I'm
Wow.
all over the place. All over. I'm literally all over the place.
What I tell you, I think
Vanessa said something. I can't remember what she said. But she said it best. She like you everywhere.
wow. And one of the things you said now before we close out, one of the things you said that you're always posting, you're always putting the business out there, you're always showing, you're always, you're doing stuff, and so they can see this is not you're not doing this is not play. You're doing it for real. So a lot of people is not, which is sad. And a lot of people like, I'm not giving because you could be a scam. You're putting it out there. You're all over the
This
place.
where
You're
your
doing
money went. You want a receipt? I got it for you. And
receipt,
I'm
receipt,
not
receipt. I get
and
receipt.
I'm not telling you none of your business. Pull my financials because if I'm gonna donate money
Mm-hmm.
to the
Mm-hmm.
round table, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not gonna lie and say, Juanita, I'm just gonna donate. No, I need to know what the round table is doing. Why
Right.
did I donate? Right? I
Right.
want to know where I work hard for my money.
Exactly.
My money ain't
Exactly.
just thrown around. And
Exactly.
then you would say, well, Janelle, um, my church needed something, some new
Mm-hmm.
chairs.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the new chairs because you don't want to hide it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You put it, the round table is collecting money for the church to get new chairs.
Mm-hmm.
This is it. This is what we're doing. And take a look at the chairs. People want to know that. They feel more comfortable with doing that. And, I don't want to deter people from those big like the cancer research. I don't want to say
Mm-hmm.
AIDS and all these I don't want to say don't send your money to them, but when you call up those organizations, one, you're going to be on hold for 8,000 hours
Mm-hmm.
and you're not going to know where your $5 or $10 went. When you donate to these grassroots organizations that's in your community, that's boots to the ground,
Yeah.
you will see where your money went.
I'm gonna say this, and I don't want to offend anybody, but how many times were our heartstrings pulled when we saw them little flies flying around, them little African babies sitting
Yeah.
there crying? They're like, I was like, oh my gosh!
Oh
And a
God,
lot
I
of
gotta
times,
send them money. Uh-huh.
yes,
St.
and
Jude, all of these places, and they really are doing great things.
mm-hmm.
But it's some of us that's boots to the ground.
Yeah,
It's
and a
some
lot
of
of
us
times the money goes to just the advertising, just to get that out there.
out there, yeah.
So not
Like
saying it
if
take
I give Janelle money, I could walk up to Janelle, I could pinch Janelle. I know Janelle is a real person.
right, right. So everybody who's watching this, please check out our sister Janelle and everything she's standing for and being true and got the feet on the ground running and doing. So if you see her out there anywhere, say, I saw you on YouTube, Facebook. I saw you and I thank you. Tell her, let her know that
Yeah.
she's doing a great
And I
job.
give hugs. I love
You
everybody.
love
I love up on people. I want my energy to be out there.
beautiful. So everybody, I thank you again, my sister. I thank you again.
Thank you for
Um,
having me.
so we
And keep
appreciate
doing
that.
it. This is so your podcast is very, very helpful. So keep
Thank you.
doing it.
Thank you. Oh, thank you for that.
Yes.
Thank you for that because I'm more all about the community. I'm all about giving. I'm all about listen, if you got something to share, let's go. Let's get it
Mm,
out there. Let's share it with others because some people like, nah, I'm like, no, I'm not.
no,
That's
get
not
it
me.
out
I'm
there.
all
Yeah.
about the helping, all about community, all about doing it. So later on down the road, when the podcast, you have about 10,000 people on the payroll.
No, I will never. I still go home to the Bronx. I will never ever forget where I came from.
There you
Absolutely
go.
not.
There you go. There you go. Yes. And we
Thank you.
appreciate that. So
Yeah.
thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. And before I close out any platform, I always say it is not over until God says so. So
Thank,
on that note, we thank you, my sister.
thank
Thank
you.
you so much. And please, y'all go and follow all of her platforms that she's on. Go out and buy her book, y'all. And we'll talk to y'all later. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you.